Hello everyone, happy 4th of July. Okay, so take a look at the first midterm exam. All right, now on the whole pretty good. Okay, a few kind of simple errors here and there which I'll talk about. Okay, so on the whole I mentioned, yeah, pretty good. So anything above 100 I always consider pretty good on a test out of 150. All right, so there were actually two exams, A and B. Some similarities, some differences. I'll go through both, of course. All right, so question one. Okay, now the musket ball, so you have a kind of a lead ball, right, weighs 2.4 ounces, and in the other one, 2.25 ounces. All right, mass of the ball in grams, straight conversion, ounces to pounds, pounds to kilograms, kilograms to grams, 3 sig figs, 68.0. Other one, 63.8. Okay, now one of the common mistakes that people did was they either forgot the unit, didn't do the significant figures in the answer, okay, or in cases where we had big numbers like 76,000 or something, they didn't do scientific notation, okay? So remember, always correct number of significant figures, add the unit, and if necessary, if it's a number in the thousands or less than 0.1 or something, scientific notation. And some people actually tried to do scientific notation, but they did like 400 times 10 to the 2 or something. No, remember, scientific notation is one digit, maybe with decimals, raised to a power. Okay, fair enough. So that one pretty straightforward. Most people got that. That was good. Okay, next one. So the the musket ball's diameter, right? So you had to think about, well, what's the relationship between mass, density, which is in the back, 11.34 grams per cubic centimeter for lead, and then volume. So there you go. Volume is mass over density. And you could figure out the volume in centimeters cubed, same as milliliters, right? Okay. And then use the equation for volume, rearrange to find R, and then 2 times the radius is the diameter. So, points here for getting the volume, points here for getting the radius, points here for getting the diameter. On the other one, sorry, 2.26 here, 3 sig figs. 2.20 here, 3 sig figs. All right, fair enough. Now, the last part of question one, what's the complete atomic symbol for lead, essentially, right? So, mass number, atomic number, for 82 protons, 126 neutrons. That was a simple question. Some people didn't get it right because they didn't look at this stuff in the notes, okay? So there's no partial credit there. You either got that or you didn't for 10 points. All right, same on both. Next one, question 2. Now, let's show you very simply, okay? So a very similar question, okay, but I changed barium for calcium. So wherever you see calcium here, if you did the other one, just change it for barium. Same formulas, because it's the same charge in terms of ratios, right? Okay, so combine these pluses with these minuses. Remember, all the charges add up to 0 for a compound, right? Okay, compounds, right? +1, -1, HBr, right? +1, -3, need 3 of them, etc., right? So these are the correct formulas. For barium, I'd add a Ba instead of a Ca on the other one, okay? Extra credit if you told me that was an acid, hydrobromic acid, phosphoric, carbonic, but I gave you, regular points if you just told me ionic name, hydrogen, bromide, phosphate, and carbonate. Now for the ions, because iron comes in a +2 or a +3, you had to tell me it was a 3, yeah, that's why you get a 3 there, right? Okay, so +3 -3, +3 -2, 2 3s are 6, 3 2s are 6, okay. If you put things like bicarbonate, I know you looked it up, I didn't give you a significant deduction, but do not look stuff up on the internet. On the next test, I will know for sure if you looked it up, so stop doing that. Do not look at any exterior sources of information when doing my tests, okay? That's your first and final warning. Okay. Next one. The same molecular materials, right? Okay, so somewhat similar on both, but I'll go through them both, okay? CO2, carbon dioxide, H2O2, hydrogen peroxide is ionic. All right, not molecular. Remember the scheme? 2 hydrogens, 2 oxygens, dihydrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, phosphorus trichloride, nitrogen dioxide. Hey, if it's an atom of the same type, it's an element essentially, right? So it's dichlorine, not chloride. Okay. Other one, similar and different. Carbon dioxide, dihydrogen monoxide, sulfur trioxide, phosphorus trichloride, nitrogen dioxide, dibromine. Okay. All right, it's question 2. Question 3 was the same for both, so I'll just go through it on the first one. Okay, so balancing equations, you got 4 off if you got a formula wrong, 3 off if it wasn't balanced, and 2 off for a state symbol or state symbols. All right. First one, burning of liquid hexane, 2, 19, 12, 14, burns an oxygen to make CO2 and water. Okay, and that's a combination or a combustion. 1 point extra credit if you said one of those words. Okay, 6 each for these. Okay. HCl, NaOH, neutralization, swap partners, salt plus water, it's a neutralization. Here, sodium plus water reacts to make sodium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. H2 is hydrogen gas, right? 2, 2, 2, 1, single replacement. The decomposition, that was the name of it, right? So decomposition. 2 makes 2 and 3, okay? And finally, single replacement here. Single replacement. Here's a pair, here's a single, comes in, replaces. Zinc, lead 2 nitrate, zinc 2 nitrate, lead. Okay. Again, 1 point each for each kind of descriptive word, you know, what kind of reaction it was, and then 6 points per balanced. And then, you know, 4 off per formula, 3 off per balanced, 2 for state symbols. Water can't be aqueous. You can't dissolve in yourself, it's liquid. All right. All right. Now, the welder one, I did my favorite method, okay? So as normal, significant figures, units, and scientific notation, 1 point each. So I did my favorite method, and I'll show you on the other one what you may have learned in another class with the chains, right? Okay. So first thing, calculate the masses of CO2 and water produced when a certain mass, 696 in this case, of acetylene burns with oxygen, of course, right? So balanced equation, 2542, okay? Grams per molecular weight, moles, grid, right? Okay? So our destination is here and here. Grams divided by molecular weight is moles. 2 of these makes 4 of these, so it's twice as much. 2 of these makes 2 of these, so it's the same number, okay? Molar mass, multiply to go up. Here you needed scientific notation, right? You couldn't put, you know, 2,350 or something, right? Because its significant figures was 3, right? That's 3 sig figs for a large number. 2.35 times 10 to the 3, 4. Oh, and over here, up again, 4.81 times 10 to the 2. I would accept 481 grams, okay. All right, the volume is CO2, that's the moles. Moles times liters per mole, 1.2 times 0 times 10 to the 3 liters, 3 sig figs, okay. On the other one, you know, I did the classic book approach, right? So it was, if you think about it, it's exactly the same journey, isn't it? So think about the journey here, right? Grams to moles, moles to moles, moles to grams, right? So here we are. Grams to moles, moles to moles, moles to grams. So different number, of course, different numbers. We start with 576 here. So 1.95 times 10 to the 3, all right? 1,950. Water, same thing. Same kind of chain, but it's, you know, 2 makes 2, and it's 400 grams. And then, you know, the good thing about the grid is you can just pluck out the moles, right? But here you actually have to work the moles through again, so you do that first step to get moles, and then liters, using the same 22.4. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense, okay? Again, any questions, come to office hour Thursday, right? Okay. Or as usual, if you kind of add up your score and you think I graded it incorrectly, let me know. But remember, if you ask for an official regrade, if it's the same score or lower, it's a 10% deduction, right? Okay. All right. Final question. Straight conversion. This is where a few people lost points because of mostly not putting in scientific notation, not using the right number of significant figures. So if you got like 4 per question, that's a consistent error you did. It's easy to fix, right? But make sure you do that moving forward. Okay, so 97.5 pounds to grams, and you had to use the conversion factors provided, which everyone did. Okay, pounds to kilograms, kilograms to grams. There you go. Simple idea. Just stick that calculator in scientific notation mode. That's the answer that comes out when you press equals. Okay. 22 centimeters to feet, centimeters to inches, inches to feet. There we go. Pretty much everyone got that, which was nice. I think I had a problem with my voice activated camera. I'll start this one again. So 622 centimeters to feet, centimeters to inches, inches to feet, 53.22. All right, I'll do the other test in a second. Okay. 16.5 miles to meters, miles to kilometers, kilometers to meters. There we go. One or two people miss this. It's so easy, right? You just add 273 Celsius to Kelvin, subtract the other way, right? So 97 is minus 176 degrees C. And then calories to joules. Be careful because the converter in the back is calories to kilojoules. So you have to go calories with a big C to kilojoules, kilojoules to joules, and then this number. Again, had to be in scientific notation. Other one. Let's take a peek. A couple of the same, couple different. 95.5 pounds, pounds to kilograms, kilograms to grams, 4.33 times 10 to the 4, 36 figs. I think that's the same, 1622, 53.22 feet, 14.5 miles, miles to kilometers, kilometers to meters, 2.33 times 10 to the 4, 36 figs. Slightly different temperature, minus 166 is 107 Kelvin, and then 1400 calories is 5.858 times 10 to the 6 joules. All right, if you tried that last one, plum pudding, I think I gave one person 10 because they did a good job. You had to kind of pretend you were having a conversation between Thomson, who invented the plum pudding model, and my favorite Rutherford, who disproved it, okay, with the classic gold leaf experiment, okay. Some people were on the right track and got 5 out of 10, but they got details wrong with the experiments, okay. Rutherford did not use cathode rays, he used alpha particles as projectiles, okay. So, you know, just a small thing in terms of words, but a big thing in terms of the experiment, okay. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, again, any questions, office hour Thursday. If you want the official regrade, let me know, okay. But remember, there is a 10% deduction if you get the same or lower score. All right, see you guys next time.